you, it's because it's a bottle of vodka that pays me to work in my business, okay? That pays my rent and everything else. The day after I called back the hospital, I'm like, I need another shift. Like the girl thought I was on crack, okay? Every week I called for another shift. Like, how much money do you need? I'm like, don't ask, don't ask. Anyway, she's like, okay, I'm gonna give you another shift, but there's only one shift left and then you're full-time. Nah, I didn't wanna be full-time. You know, when you're part-time, you think there's an exit strategy. Full-time, you're just comfortable, okay? You're like in a Cadillac. Nah, didn't wanna be full-time. But then I had no choice. So I said yes, but she said, I have to tell you something before. I'm like, okay, what? She said, it's a night shift. No, I don't work at night. No, I sleep at night, like normal human beings, okay? No, I don't work at. And to work in a hospital at night is so scary. No, forget it. There's a chair moving back there. No, I don't work. No, I work too much in a hospital. There's like dead people walking around. No way, okay? No way. But the girl knew me. She said, there's a bonus working at night. Perfect, I take it. I needed money. I'm gonna talk to the dead guy, it's okay. He's gonna be my best friend for sure. I need money. But I said to myself, you know what? It's for 2-3 months. Huh? Positive, to be positive. So I wake up actually 36 months later. For those who don't have babies, it's 3 years, okay? Because I discovered, no, for real, I discovered my wife, okay, she was talking in years forever. And then she gave birth and boom, something switched. She talks in months. I have to tell you a story, okay? The other day, I was in a park, okay? And I was with my baby, Victoria. But the real age, which nobody cares here, is 20 months, okay? But I say a year and a half. Who cares, okay? She's a year and a half. But anyway, so I'm in a park, okay, there's another woman coming up, and I'm alone with another human being in a park, so you have to talk, okay? Because, or else you're like Dexter, okay? You're just weird. So I'm like, hey, hi, how are you? She's like, hey, hi, how are you? How old is your baby? The real age is 20 months. She doesn't care. So I'm like, a year and a half. And I'm like, you, how old's your baby? She's like, 27 months. You don't understand the time it took for me to understand how old was, like, is he working? Like, what do you do at 27 months, man? Like, is he retired? Like, what's up? Like, just say 2 years. I don't care. I will never say, doesn't look 2 years. Looks 27 months. Fuck that. I just wanted to be polite, man. Lady, I don't care. Anyways, wake up 36 months later. 0 time left. 36 months later. I was going nuts. I have a PhD in janitorial studies, okay? Trust me, okay? Trust me. I was going nowhere, but you know what? I believed in it. Wake up, it's 2009. 2009, one of the most important years of my life. I had chosen my bottle. I actually got, throughout those years, the trademark to sell pure vodka in the United States. Nobody in the world, 7 billion people, had the trademark. I had it. I had nothing to sell, but I had it. That's power. You have the right, but you don't use it. So anyways, I wake up and I said to myself, I need to finalize one final thing. I need to develop the vodka. Very important when you sell a bottle of vodka that there's vodka in it. I swear, it's very important. So I kept that at the end because it costs so much money. It costs so much money. For some reason, Caroline stayed with me, and for the past year, we put money together to be able to approach a master distiller for him to develop the recipe. And next thing you know, we're in front of a master distiller, and he's like, I'm going to call you back. I understand what you want. I'm going to call you back. A couple of weeks passes. I'm in a bus going to the hospital, sure, working. And my telephone rings, and it's the master distiller. He's like, Nick, if you're available tomorrow, you can come. I have samples. If I'm in jail, I'm gonna be there still. I'm gonna find a way to be there, okay? Trust me. It's been 4 years, okay? I'm gonna be there. I go into a room the day after, for sure. I bring Caroline with me. It's been 4 years. She was paying my rent back then, okay? So for sure I had to bring her. It was with her car that we went, so it helped a lot that she was there. Anyways, so we entered into a room. We started tasting. There was 26 recipes. Started first recipe, second recipe, third. You don't swallow, eh? Because after 3, they're all good. After 8, I speak German, so no, okay? So it's important that you stay like focused. It's number 24. Oh, you don't understand. It was paradise. The name is Pure Vodka, it tasted purity. I'm like, hallelujah. We finally found the recipe. I was so happy. I was on fire. You don't understand. I was so happy. There was just one thing missing before I can sell the first bottle, just to buy my bottles. So I had chosen my bottle. It's a company from France, one of the biggest company in the world of bottles. 1.5 billion bottles every year they produce. So the rep for the company, he's in New York, GC. He's a funny guy, a French guy. And so he sends me a document to download to do my orders for my first bottles. So I enter my name, enter which port I wanted to do, Port of Montreal, blah, blah, blah. Last question, but always the most important question. How many bottles do you want? I have the budget for like 12 bottles. I can't say 12 bottles to a company who produce like 1.5 billion bottles, okay? You're not even a mistake for them, okay? You're like, so I'm like, man, I can't say 12. So you were rich back then. You were rich for me if you had $1,000. It's like 4 straight numbers. So I said 1,000 bottles. 1,000 bottles. Oof, I'm gonna build an empire. 1,000 bottles. Next thing you know, I send my email, receive no confirmation. My phone rings. Started by 1 to 112, so I knew it was the state of New York. It was JC. He's like, hey, congrats, your first orders. I'm like, yeah, it's so happy, so happy. He said, but I think you made a mistake. You meant 10,000 bottles? In my head, I'm like, I didn't even mean 1,000 bottles. Like, like, no, why? No, I meant 1 billion bottles. No, I didn't. Why? I'm like, no, why? He's like, because I can't send you 1,000 bottles. I'm like, why? He's like, we have a minimum. You have a minimum? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's the minimum? He's like, minimum of orders. Oh, okay. I understand. So what's the minimum? That's where I got my first heart attack. No, it's interesting to live at like 29. It was a great thing to live. So the number was too big. It wasn't a number. It was a word. Like the mathematician said, fuck that. That number is too big. There's no more numbers. It's a word, okay? It was a container. A container? Like on boats? I never went into, okay, thank God I never went into a container. But I said to myself, how many millions of bottles are in, like you put cranes in a container. So I'm like, wow, okay, so how many bottles in a container? So the guy continues, like, it depends, 20 or 40 feet. I'm like, what? There's length? Oh my God, it changes my life. I want a 2 feet one. It's small, it fits in my apartment. He's like, no, there's no choice. I'm like, okay, 20. 20 is better than 40, always. 20. JC, just tell me, how many bottles in a 20-foot container, okay? Please, just tell me. He said 10,800 bottles. For real, one of the best news of my life, because I thought it was 2 million. So I saved 1 million bottles, like a lot of million bottles. And I saved a lot of money just by not negotiating with him. So happy. But still, man, I had no money. Like, I couldn't buy 1,000 bottles, imagine 10,800. So I hung up and I was pissed. I was pissed because entrepreneurship for me, it's not a question of money, it's a question of passion, it's a question, actually I'm in love with my products. So it's a romantic thing, okay? Next thing you know, it's like a dollar bill that decides if I make it or not. Fuck that. No, can't do that. I can't accept that. So I called back JC and I just tried. You know, your last try? So I said, you know what? It's been 4 years. My girlfriend who pays my rent. My sister doesn't want to talk to me because I always say, hey, hi, Mag, how are you? Do you have $20? No, I clean the floors. It's my student job. It's like my 10th year as a student job. I have a political science degree. What do you want me to do in life, okay? So, other than drink, okay? So please, JC, I need the bottles. It's the last thing that's missing. It's the bottles. And I read an article that you always have to finish with like a strong sentence, a strong thing. So I said, JC, I have an offer. Tried to switch the thing up. And I said, I'm ready to sign a contract. I'm going to work for your company for free all my life if I don't pay you back the bottles, but I need the bottles. JC, I want to be your slave. Boom. For sure, he never heard that in his life, okay? Maybe first year of marriage, maybe. But anyways, professionally, yes, I was talking. So JC has a funny guy. He's like, I don't even know if it's legal, your offer. I'm like, I'm there. I'm there. It's not legal, but I don't care. I just need the bottles. Like, okay, let me think about it. What? Yeah, let me think about it. I'm like, okay. The funniest thing wasn't that. It was Caroline that could hear just half the discussion. She was like, what are you doing? Hang up, hang up. I'm like, I'm negotiating. There's no negotiation. You're offering your body. I'm like, yeah, it's a technique. It's a technique. University of Ottawa, I learned that. Offer your body. Anyways, 20 minutes later, I swear to God, my phone rings, 12112, JC. He's like, my boss wants to talk to you. I'm like, what? For sure, the boss went on Facebook. He saw Caroline's face. He's like, add her in the deal. Add her in the deal. He wanted Caroline in the deal, for sure. No, but for sure, the boss didn't believe his employee. He's supposed to come back with like money, and he comes back with an offer. Hey, it's even better. We have a human and guarantee. No, it doesn't work like that. Anyways, the boss talks to me, and I talk. I didn't want to stop talking because I didn't want him to say, no, okay, it's funny. Funny story, bang. Next thing he stops and he's like, okay, I understand. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm poor. I'm just like, a poor is rich compared to me. He's like, no, I do understand that. I'm like, I'm going to do something for you. Just pay 30%. And I'm convinced, I'm convinced that you would be able to pay 70% within the next year, the rest of the bottles. Deal or no deal? Start crying. I started crying. I'm like, yeah, deal, man. I was crying every day those days, man. Like, good news, bad news, just start crying. It's like exit strategy. Anyways, I was so happy. I hang up. I jump in my living room, and Caroline's like, what, it worked? I'm like, yeah, it worked. She's like, what? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it really worked. She's like, he's going to send you the bottles for free? I'm like, no, I just have to pay 30%, and I'm going to have them bottles. And Caroline, who's always like kicking me in the ass, she's like, do you have the 30%? Ah, detail. I thought for like 20 seconds that I would have the bottles. I'm going to finish with that because I see she's stressing out. But next thing you know, I was so depressed. I thought I would have the bottles. But nope. That's where it's really important date in the history of mankind. The 22nd of December, 1977. My parents were very smart because they had for me a big sister in Quebec City at night. My sister was even smarter than my parents because a couple of days before I offered my body in Guaranteed, she called me and she said, Nick, can you take my credit card number and buy tickets for me and mom for Rod Stewart? So don't judge me, okay? Okay, it's too easy to judge, okay? It's not because I'm from Quebec that you can judge me, okay? No, but for real, it's not what you think, okay? It's not theft, it's my sister. So anyways, it's family thing. It's a family thing. Anyways, we share the same parents. We can share a card, a plastic card. Anyways, so I'm a good guy, okay? So I'm a good guy, so I bought the tickets. They saw Rod Stewart. I'm a smaller brother also, so I'm supposed to be stupid also. So I bought the bottles. Oh my God, so happy, so happy. Couple of months later, I received my bottle. No more sister, because she called me and said, you're not my brother anymore. So it's a good